What's going on, guys? Yeah, I know. Well, whatever your guys' screen names are, I guess. And your super secret things. Controller, get out of the way. Let's see if I have enough. What's the deal? Box. So we're going to do this. We're going to start with 20. We're going to start with the open 20. And then after we get those open, then we'll move to the full case. I sent you guys a picture. The picture was part of the, so we're not going to throw it on the table. And then after this is done with the 20, it'll be a little bit cleaner for Annette, who has to open these and who's eyeballing me in a weird way. You know, he is not happy to be sorting 5,000 cards. So if we make it through the break, we're doing something. Let's take a look at a blaster. No, I need to stack them. What's going on, guys? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? So we're gonna contain this to I think numbered cards. We're gonna have the individual hits. Let's just take a peek. See how these go. So they're clearly in the back. Zach Veen. All the boxes. See, that's perfect, man. All the boxes. Pete, Bobby, and then these are, oh, look at that. There's one. So those things will pull out. Those will get sleeved. And then, of course, the numbered ones will get top loaded as well. Blasters, whatever. So all I want from this break is 3. All I want for Christmas is me. That's a little weird. All I want from this break is 3 autos. 3 autos. That's it. I'm not greedy. I don't have any high expectations. I don't expect it to be the greatest thing in the whole world. Let's just be decent. If we're decent, then we're happy. You know what I'm saying? Max Muncy. That's all I want. 3 autos. So over under on autos is 2.5. And all I want is one of these insert things numbered. To, I don't think we're going to get down to 10. What are the numberings? Have you guys seen any of these open? Usually we hit a /50, right, for these. What's the next one down? Is there a 25? I would love to see one of those numbered to 25. Can you get numbered to 25? Probably not. Here, while Net's doing that, I'm just going to take a peek and look and see. I guess it goes from 50 to like 10. So hold on, let me look. $20.25 Topps update. Checklist. Will it be on the checklist? Would it be inserts, I guess? Feature Reachers, Night Terrors, Most Valuable, First Pitch, All-Star Games. I like black gold. Man, it'd be awesome to hit a black gold something orange to come in. Deep. Mysticals, Tokyo Series, Strike Zone, Heavy Lumber. Heavy Lumber too, home field advantage. Legendary home field advantage. Huh. Stars of the MLB, Stars of Japan. Keegan Hall art cards. Those are big things too. 290 Topps Chrome. Super Box Companion. Super Box Companion cards. Oh, those must be the Costco thing. Huh. So what are they called then? Relics, Japan. Most valuable. They're like Christmas inserts, aren't they? I don't know. Anyone know? Oh, look at all that kissing up. Man, that was a lot to come back to. Gross. So does anyone know enough about these to tell me whether or not you can get what the numbers are on some of these things? Schwarber. Andrew McCutcheon. Hey, look at that. That's a ghost. Why is that a ghost? Is that supposed to be a ghost?
It's a ghost of Christmas past.
Is that supposed to be a ghost? I thought these were Christmas things.
Maybe it's all holiday. Just says it's holiday.
Huh.
Card
Yeah, I guess they're well, I mean they are Halloween inserts. I just thought they were Christmas.
If you get an Easter, no.
Okay. That's interesting. It Kurt's nice. I thought these were exclusive holiday base cards and parallels. I don't know. I guess I should have paid more attention. I didn't think they would be Halloween-y.
Well, product checklist.
Halloween-ish.
QR code.
I don't know. Who knows? Let's see if we can get anything else and find out.
Here, put that on the camera.
Well, I sent the picture earlier if somebody wants to check it.
Oh, okay.
So my guess is anything worthwhile is going to be turned the other way. I don't know, not having opened any blasters, even for us at the shop. Yeah, that's Charles, you're probably right. That's probably it. Okay, you guys come closer. Well, we'll take Halloween. And it's orange and black, so, you know, Halloween. Why should it be him sitting on this couch? Hey, look at that. Nick Kurtz, like Nick Kurtz. Ellie De La Cruz. I like De La Cruz. Oh, got it. Johnson. Let's see. Ellie, you got to. Okay, you go over there and you sit right here there. Julio Rodriguez. Salvador the Cheater. Jason Hayward, I didn't even know he's still playing. Good for him. Happy December 1st to you as well, Scott. Next up is All Hell. Ooh, Jacob Wilson. All Hell breaking loose on Topps releases. So Wednesday is in fact, you know, Allen and Ginter. So I will be working on Allen and Ginter pricing, and we will start selling Allen and Ginter tomorrow. I'll post something early. Another ghost. So we know what's happening. Oh, this is pumpkins. Are pumpkins not numbered? Guess not. And then we'll start breaking it, Allen and Ginter, on Wednesday. Wednesday. So lots going on this week, and then and I think next week is Topps Chrome update. I think the week after. This week is Ginter. The week after, which is next week, if I could get my words out of my mouth right, is Topps Chrome update. And then, hold on, I'm gonna look. I want to know. And then the week after that is okay, Ginter, Wednesday the 3rd. The 10th is Hobby Jumbo Delight and Value Box of Topps Chrome update. Archives is Friday the 12th. Cosmic Chrome is December 17th. Heritage High Number is December 17th. Chrome Update Mega Boxes are December 17th. I don't think all those are releasing, guys. Oh, look, 5-star baseball on the 29th. I don't think all those are releasing, I'm just saying. Maybe they will, but they probably won't. A lot of Ginter coming, fun to break. Yeah, a lot. Again, no one gets a lot. No one gets a lot. So, do we have a decent little chunk? I have a decent little stack. But I'd be lying if I said I had a lot. Though I have a lot of, out of 99, a lot of feelers out because I would like more. But the thing is, we're going to, you know what I'm saying? How long are we going to be able to break it before the next thing comes out? So we'll see how we do. And what's nice is that we can always come back, right? We can always come back to it. Yamamoto. Nice. Yamamoto. So we can always come back to anything, which is nice, and we will do our best to do so. But lots of products releasing apparently in December. I want to do have an in-shop event for a couple of the soccer releases. Merlin's coming up, which is a big soccer release. Always a good product. And then they have Topps Chrome update. Topps Chrome basketball. Jeez, let me get that out. Is coming as well. So that's going to be an interesting week. The week before Christmas when they're both supposed to be here. Always a lot going on. Spencer Thorkey. Jake Berger. So I hope you guys are ready for stuff. What do we not want to break? Do we want to break? I assume we want to break Ginter. Do we want to break Topps Chrome update? It is crazy, George. George says he wants to break it. Does anybody else want to break it? Just George? Jacob Wilson. Scott, okay. And then do we want to break, I'm assuming we want to break archives, right? Archives is always a good price point, not too crazy for us, which is good. Same with Heritage High, won't be too crazy on us, which will be good. The one that could be crazy on us, well, Topps Chrome update, I think will always be a little nutty now, but we'll try to contain like we do. And then Topps Chrome, Cosmic Chrome. Cosmic Chrome's always a little psychotic. So we will stay busy, but I'll try to contain what I can. I don't want prices to go off the rail. It's no fun. Gold. Liberatore or Liberator. I like Liberator better. And then the new year happens. Supposed to have the I haven't seen anything yet on the yeah, Dune. Use your words. So JC. No, I'm not gonna do everything. I don't know. What's up, Jess? Industry conference. Industry conference. When was that last year? March? April? Industry conference?
April. End of April.
We've got the beginning of January. We have the Upper Deck one. It's in LA. The 4th, the 5th. No, it's like 6, 7, and 8. But we're coming in the 4th. Might be coincidence, Scott. I mean, might not be coincidence. We're going to go in Sunday the 4th, and then on the 5th, we're going to go to, because it's at Universal. We're going to go to Universal for a day. Out of 99, Herrera. Is there a Tacos El Gordo anywhere near Hollywood? Hey, I thought we had an auto. Got excited for nothing. Tacos El Gordo somewhere near Hollywood, which is Universal, where Universal's at. But if you're from Southern California, you know that. Who else is in Southern California? San Diego. Yeah, skip that. I'm not going that far. Might run into Max. Kurtz. I wonder how Max is. Jesse, how far are you guys away from Hollywood? Gold. 40-minute drive. Well, if there's some time in there we can get together, let me know. I mean, once we hit, it's like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So we're flying in Sunday and really only going to have Monday to do anything. And I have no idea what exactly the, what's going on at the, whatever we're going to for Upper Deck. Geez, Jesse, got to be everything for everybody. Yeah, I guess we could try to find some Filipino food, but like I said, we've only got one day. We kind of wanted to go to Universal for that one day. Go see, since we don't have to have any kids with us. Big Sean. And I don't want to drive anywhere. I mean, we're genuinely staying at the Sheraton, which is right by Universal Studios. We will definitely go there. De La Cruz. George, when you get some time, come by the shop and let's talk. Willie Mays. Yep, tomorrow works. I imagine with it snowing, it's going to be a little quiet tomorrow. But we shall see. I wonder if I could get permission to do midnight breaks. I'm going to ask. Since it's just in our group. That'd be fun. I don't think I'll get permission to do it. But the worst they're going to tell me is no. You know? Jacob. Bobby. Those aren't numbered. Yeah, I don't think they'll go for it, Charles, but, you know, never hurts to ask. But next on the agenda, now that we're past a lot of things, is we're going to start doing what I talked about with the opening boxes and giving it all away. The goal here, of course, being to add followers on YouTube, because I'm told that's what I don't need permission from Annette. She'd go right along with it. She would have no problem with it. Young and hungry. Okay. Trust me, somebody gets whatever she wants. So she'd go right along with whatever. As long as it's legal, he's okay. All Skeens like that guy. Ooh. Ooh, Dalton rushing. Pink. All Skeens. I'm told that eBay Live might be a part of our future, for sure. So we'll see if that actually happens. But based on our history with eBay and breaking, we are exactly what they want for their live program. So we'll see. The only problem is, as I see it, is they would rather us go live and fill the breaks. And I would rather fill the breaks and go live. But if those are their rules, you know, somebody else can do it. Lincoln or Lanning can do it. Doesn't mean I have to do it. But we'll see. Maybe it doesn't happen at all. Come on. It is right now, yeah. It is right now. And they're very specific about who they want, so it's kind of nice when people reach out to you. Doesn't mean you're a good fit anymore, but it's nice to talk about it. And if we're not a good fit, we just won't do it. I can live with that. We got a lot of other things going on in our worlds. Oh, look at this. Look at that. We hit a first card. See that? 1 of 1. That is pretty sweet. That is pretty sweet. Our first 1 of 1. We'll count that as a nice other. That's what we were looking for. Looks good. Everything looks nice. front and back. I'm going to put in that. Do I have top loaders? I don't know if I have top loaders. It's a top loader. That's a. Hey, now, will you give me a pack of top loaders? How can I not have any top loaders? Sweet. Wonder if the Braves ever got paid for. One pack. But two's works. Let's see. Maybe I kept that. George, that is a question I am not completely clear on. I don't have a clear answer to that question, I should say. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. What am I looking for? Oh, now. Now I get it. I'm just kidding. No. No. Hey, Nat, can you come double check this payment, please? Seem to be having an issue. Now, if we can get 2.5 autos, we'll be happy. And yes, for the record, a dual auto counts as 2. We will take anything we can get to try to get there. He thinks he sent it via PayPal, but I don't see it. Justin Turner. No, you're doing something wrong. That's my guess. It's there? I was kidding. I thought the Dodgers were going after Devin Williams. Old Munoz. I saw a thing the other day from Bleacher Report. It was a fake, but it said that the Dodgers got Paul Skeens. I was like, what in the holy hell is going on here? That they traded Paul Skeens to the Dodgers. Because I hope that if that would have happened, I would have heard it from Jesse first, before any of that. Just some little short video of Jesse dancing or something. I don't know. I don't know if that's true. You know, I mean, some people, they get in an organization, they just stay with them. Mike Trout could demand a trade anytime he wants and get it. But, you know, Cody Clemens gold. Yeah, you don't know. By then, maybe they have a new ownership group. Maybe they have a new ownership group. Out of 150. Never say never.
We're okay doing it, right?
Yeah. Everyone knows they're okay. Everyone knows you're okay, right? Your cards are okay. Jack Leiter. We're going to do part and then the other half of it. How many I put up here? 20? There's 20 more here, right? 20?
Yeah.
And then we'll do the last one.
Top layer.
So this is box 19. And then I'll do box 20, and then we'll be into the sealed case. We will be into the sealed case. 1 of 1 in the first 20 boxes. I take that as a win. They got control for quite a while. Out of 50. Nice. Ooh, look at that. There you go, Jess. Birdie. Birdie. I guarantee you that goes a long way to paying for that spot. My guess is at some point we're going to hit a come on, dude. SSP. At some point we're also probably going to hit a what's the other one? City, those Rockies. You know what I'm talking about? Gold. City, whatever. I don't know. Brain in the mouth ain't working today, guys. It just is what it is. HFA, yeah. Home field advantage, that's right. I was thinking, what was I thinking? I had no idea what I was thinking. City Connect, maybe, or something? Pena. I'm gonna say the first 20 were all right. We did not hit a single 1 of 1 out of all the hobby that we opened. But then we go to blasters, we hit a 1 of 1. Second 20. About to start. No ink in the first 20. Yeah, that's not good for the over. But those things tend to run in bunches. So maybe we'll get lucky. Or maybe we'll have none. It's hard to know. Sorry about that. But I did cough in my shirt. As in a bunch of zero. Yes, that's right. As in a bunch of zero autographs. Those kind of bunches. I think we'll hit some. I do. I don't think it's going to be 400, but you know. They're coming. I can feel them. Probably be a redemption. Dual auto redemption, number to 25. I wonder if there are dual autos in here. I gotta imagine there probably are. One dual auto gets us to 2. Happens really fast. De La Cruz. Jackson. And then Devers. Just go over there. We don't need you in. Top loader. You're just going in a box forever. Until the funeral. Then I pour gas on Rafael Devers and burn him up. Hey. Full bleed, is that what that's called? Garrett McDaniels. Junior Caminero. Biguel. Jeff Biguel. Biguel and Biggio. Houston had another guy who was a heavy hitter, home run hitter in the, I want to say it was early 80s. Kurtz. What was that guy's name? Was it something Scott? Or Scott something? You know what I'm talking about? Gotta have a Houston fan. What was that guy's name? I think he was a first baseman. Didn't last a long time, but he was a big hitter for him for a while. He used to beat up the Giants pretty good. I don't know. James Wood. Mike Scott. It wasn't Mike Scott. Maybe it was Mike Scott. I'm just thinking the wrong thing. Could it have been Glenn Davis? I guess it could have been Glenn Davis. He was in that era, wasn't he? I don't know. That's a long time to remember things. Cunha. Might have been Glenn Davis. Rocky. I have no doubt Glenn Davis was a steroid user. I was trying to grab that stack, but it wouldn't come with me. As were 85% of the baseball players in that era. we have an old guy who comes in and tells me how in the all-time greats pitchers in the game that Bob Gibson is ahead of Greg Maddux, and I said I beg to differ. I beg to differ. I would take Greg Maddux over. It doesn't diminish how good Bob Gibson was for a hot minute, but Greg Maddux was a monster for a long time. 355 wins. I mean, you know, it's hard not to like that guy. Whatever it was, 350 something wins. And he's still trying to get me to admit that I should have said Chili Davis, that Bob Gibson was a better pitcher. I guess we'll just have to agree. Will Tuesday be the day Dale Murphy gets called to the Hall? Is tomorrow the day that they have all of them? I don't think there were enough change in the game in the 80s. It was harder to pitch in the 80s than it was in the 60s. Charles, steroids, and Greg Maddux still crushed their life out of all the steroid users. Is that when they're voting on Garrick Berry's in there too, and all those guys? I would have loved to have seen some of the old pitchers pitch now, and I would love to see some of the modern players play in the condition that the guys in the early years had to deal with. That would be fun. Hey, but the 60s and the 80s weren't all that different, except I do think the steroids thing would have changed some minds about the pitchers in the 60s. And the pitching on 4 days was would have been tough for most of the guys until they got used to it. I'd still take Maddux over Bob Gibson. Out of 250, some dude. Who was that guy? Springs. Jeffrey Springs. Again, I will say about this vote, if you have one steroid user in the Hall of Fame, one cheater, one amphetamine user, one any of those things that did anything to enhance your game, put them all in. Put them all in. McGuire should be there. Sammy Sosa should be there. Jacob Wilson. Mookie. You know? Nope, it's the Hall of Pretty Good. It's not the Hall of Fame, it's the Hall of Pretty Good. And once it becomes the Hall of Pretty Good, just do what you're going to do. But I will always believe that keeping players out because you don't like them is the wrong reason to do it. I'll be honest, I think that Curt Schilling is being kept out of the Hall of Fame because of his politics, and that's wrong. You may not agree with his politics, but Curt Schilling's another one I think who deserves the Hall of Fame. Hey, nice Mickey. Politics aside, he should be there. So, but the Hall are pretty good. Just let them do what they're going to do. Hey, and not any auto, a certified auto. Not any auto. One down. Only, Lord knows I might have missed one. I don't think I did. But you never know. I don't like a lot of it. They, you know, you move the bar. Quit moving the bar. This guy is okay, even though he was a cheater, but this guy's not. For whatever reason, I don't understand. And I don't understand I will never understand all the writers who knew steroids was happening for all those years and turned a blind eye, suddenly deciding that they don't want to turn the blind eye anymore. And somehow they now have standards. I just will never understand that. So whatever. That's why the only thing I do for a living is play with baseball cards. You know, because I would handle it different. I do it my way. Cunha. Was a nice Acuna. Agreed, Garrett. I agree 100%. Lou Gehrig. I agree 100%. Tyler. Yeah, once you made it the Hall of pretty good, whatever. I guess we're... I don't think it's going to happen for Bonds and Clemens and, you know, those guys right now. But it could. I mean, there's always a small chance it could. I think the younger writers see the steroid era different, and they aren't trying to preserve legacies, you know, which gives them a shot, though they already should have been there. So we'll see. Having been in the press box and knowing that the guys knew that everybody was using and nobody said anything about it, nobody cared about it, everyone was fine with it, they knew it was going on, they knew 85% of the league was taking them, nobody cared. Then all of a sudden you cared. So, kind of weak. Griffey. I wonder if that's a... do they have, like, all-time for these guys that are tougher to hit? So whatever. That's what I say. Pretty soon is the 80. Pretty soon is the oh my goodness. What's the other baseball thing that happens in December? The winter meetings. Winter meetings. Looking forward to that. Shohei. Next week? Good on. I will try to remember that. Somebody remind me. We'll be breaking. Most of the time they're boring, but every once in a while they get fun. Ooh. I should just go down there, Scott. Nobody cares where Donovan ends up. Nobody cares. Brendan Donovan is no one. You should just go back to the Cardinals quietly. Everyone cares where Pete Alonso goes. But poor Donovan, nobody cares. Bo Bichette, people care a little bit. A ghost. Yep, probably. And it'll probably be a short-term deal. One year to whatever. I still, for the life of me, is Pete Alonso a schmuck? Is that his problem? Is that why people don't like him? I just, for the life of me, cannot understand why you would not want that production on your team all the time. His numbers are Hall of Fame. I mean, he's going down that path for sure. I guess I don't understand that, you know. Matt, where do you think Donovan winds up? And I'm not trying to be mean when I say this, but the Cardinals are irrelevant. The Cardinals are irrelevant, and they're irrelevant for 3 or 4 years. They're going to have flashes of being 500, and then they're going to fall off, and they're going to trade people. So I mean, to me, they're just an irrelevant team with not a lot of players they can move that they haven't already. Most interesting thing is about the Cardinals is where will their third baseman go, or if will he go? Am I wrong? 3 or 4 years down the road, I agree. But Donovan's not worth much. What's he worth? A B-level pitcher? What's Arenado worth? I don't think Arenado's worth much. Not anymore. You need a team that's very close to take Arenado, and I don't. Who is that? What team is that? Well, you're a Cardinal fan. You have to think that. You're obligated to think that. My cable. Right? If you didn't think that, you know, then you're not really a Cardinal fan. You're a fake fan. You're a faux fan. You're a faux Cardinal fan. But let's ask the non-Cardinal fans. Anyone who's not in the St. Louis area. Does anyone not in the St. Louis area know who Brendan Donovan is? That's A. And B, think he's relevant to anything that's going on with any team outside of St. Louis. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just that's a genuine question. That is a genuine question. Because I think that's true of guys in every market, right? We all think our little homer guys are good and should be this and should be that when they're not. Ichiro. There's an answer for you. Ryan wants him in Seattle. How many more years of control do the Cardinals have over him? He hasn't been around too long. Gage Workman. Bench depth is important. Ned, I need another box. You got a lid? Oh, you want me to get it? Got it. Okay, hold on. I'll get it. Thanks. That's awesome. Appreciate it. Hold on. Let me fix it. Who else are free agents? Who are the free agents? Who are the guys that, besides Pete Alonso, 2027? Besides Pete Alonso, who are the names? James Wood, nice. Who are the names? Oh, yeah, Kyle Schwarber. Yeah, and Bichette, too. Those are names. Though Bichette, to me, is lesser than Schwarber. I don't even know why the Phillies haven't already signed him back. Good grief. What do you want, Kyle? You know? Whatever you want. Let's just do it. Get it over with. This should have been MVP from last year. Polo. Ooh, Nick Kurtz. Nice. Bobby. Bregman and Tucker. Yeah. Tucker didn't help himself. Tucker did not help himself. Dalton rushing. We'll see. Oof. And I got 2 left. I would I'd take Schwarber on the Giants in a heartbeat. Holy cow. Big left-handed bat like that. Oof. Dylan Cruz. They aren't signing anybody, but I'd take him. Joe DiMaggio. Paris. Yeah. Bobby. Meyer. Jacob DeGrom. Last 20 boxes, Mojo. Last 20 boxes, Mojo. We need 2 more autos. We need to find them from somewhere. We just need one fast, right? One fast would be awesome. McGuire could be in the Hall of Fame. But Ricky Henderson in the Hall of Fame, he's a straight up cheater. Kurtz. Hojo Mojo. So Thursday and Friday and Saturday we had Black Friday here, and then Small Business Saturday, and it was crazy, and a lot of fun. It snowed Saturday. Friday was ridiculous. Friday was our single biggest day ever for the shop, and a pretty significant number. And so my expectations for Saturday were very low. I didn't think we would do much on Saturday. A, we sold through so much product, and B, it snowed, so I thought we were going to be dead, and it wasn't. And we had a lot of big swingers come in, guys who bought stuff on Friday and then came back on Saturday to buy a lot more. Why do I say that? Because everyone knows that Ricky Henderson was a cheater. If you watch 10th inning, the 10th inning, you know, they had the first 9 innings at Ken Burns. There's one of the guys who talks about that, and it's Ricky. And no one had performed so well into their 40s, which Ricky did, without the use of steroids. Not possible. No one. It's like anyone who believes LeBron hasn't used human growth hormone. It's not possible. No one in the history game has done it, and done it at Ricky's level while being clean. And he also was in the same clubhouse with McGuire and Canseco. Yeah, I mean, it was pretty common knowledge in the Bay Area when we were there, Matt, that he was a user. Always kept his physique really nice. You know what I'm saying? It is, Scott. I use human growth hormone. I use HGH every day. And that's what Zipfizz is, by the way. Yeah, that's a good question. What about Nolan Ryan, his longevity? That's a great question. It does, Scott. Helps me keep my physique.
No one puts in the immersion or something. Not like you got hits at all.
And it's a little bit easier. It's like Tom Brady. It's a little bit easier to be a pitcher than it is someone who's in the field doing it every day. But that's a really, really good question that no one seems to have a good answer for or to, and there's no reason to believe he did anything. But, you know, it's an excellent question. Giants out there aren't signing any nine figure. Yeah, they say. They say. But here's what I think about that. If the kid who's coming from Japan who hits 50-something home runs a year said, I want to go play for the Giants, think the Giants would sign him? I think the Giants would sign him. If the pitcher who just came out and said, I would rather play against the Dodgers than for the Dodgers, I agree with that too, Charles. And I think that might have been part of the advantage for Ryan. You know, again, there's no reason to believe he ever did anything, and I think that's part of that advantage is you only threw. So a lot of guys pitch deep until they're, you know, Maddox pitched until he was pretty old too, 45 or something. So a little different. But if you look at the career of hitters after their age 36 years, there's a huge fall off. Huge fall off. And the only guys that seem to make it past that, you know, besides Barry Bonds, of course, who never used anything in his whole life, seem to have a fall off. You know. Barry Bonds developed that giant melon of his naturally using, I don't know. Jacob Wilson, nice. So my answer, Ryan, is, you know, I think it's great to say that until something falls into your lap. Nick Kurtz. And then what do? Right? Because if you're able to get that big hitter and a good Japanese pitcher, it seems kind of dumb not to. But we'll see. Giants are kind of dumb. Ooh, look at this one. Is this one numbered? It's like, have we had skeletons before? Oh, the skeletons are out of 50. That's right.
They put out the water out there.
He was drinking the bay water. That's what made him, you know, give him all the muscles. That's true. That's true, Ryan. He did pitch there with some other prolific guys. You know, that doesn't mean he did anything. It just, you know. But I think for pitchers, it is a little easier. I'd love to know if, and again, this is not an accusation, just a question. If Maddox used, you know, he pitched well into his 40s. If who was the one that pitched for the Cubs? Moreland? Was it Moreland who pitched till he was 45, 47? Didn't throw it very hard, but he was, you know. Kurtz. Yeah, Moyer. Yeah. Was it? I don't know. I seem to recall Maddox being somebody who could cut the plate in half and then still hit it all over the place. I don't recall him having a wide strike zone. I recall him being somebody who could pick it off. Wherever he wanted to throw it, he was able to throw it. Out of 250. Senzatella. Who is the guy who played for the Yankees? He was a hitter. Who is that guy? He was into his. I think he played into his 50s, didn't he? What was his name? Franco, maybe? Julio Franco? Ooh, look at this. Cats. So this has got to be a low numbered one, right? Out of 10. Very nice. Clean. Cincinnati Reds, Scotty H. Out of 10. Duo embodies young core. De La Cruz and McLean. Very nice job. Is it Julio Franco? Moises did? Yeah, he might have been on steroids if he did. It would be nice to know the truth. I'd love to know all the Hall of Famers that used amphetamines as well. All the guys in the 70s who used steroids, and there were a lot of them. There were a lot of them. So, I mean, you're never gonna know, but it'd be nice to know. I mean, I'd love to know the amphetamine question. There are a lot of Hall of Famers who are using greenies all the time. All the time. They were around when he played, so he's lying through his teeth. Remember Lyle Alzado? He started using them in the 70s. Eventually killed him. George Foster, 1978. Does anyone really think George Foster was a 50 home run hitter? Without the help of steroids? Yeah, I think Gibby probably did take them. You know, one of the signs of taking steroids that I was not aware of until Bonds was knee issues. Knee issues because the body can't handle it. The added weight. You put on so much muscle so fast, the knees start buckling. Wow, what did Gibson have problems with? I don't know. Gibby seemed to have problems with his knees. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, for sure. And if you took amphetamines and it helped you beat out a grounder, you cheated, and so you should not be in the Hall of Fame based on the standard of everything else, right? Yeah, amphetamine use is, yeah. So like I said, it's all a scam. It's all a game for this thing, and guys who should be in aren't in, and guys who play their entire career on them, Mike Piazza, are in. Does anyone believe Mike Piazza was drafted in round 64 or whatever the hell number he was, and suddenly came out of nowhere, round 64, and then was a Hall of Fame hitter his entire career without any help? Come on. Come on. So this kind of stuff is And if one did it and they got in, then let them all in. Or say honestly, hey, we weren't aware that this guy was using his whole career. Get out. Piazza was a steroid user. Zero chance he was not. Zero chance he was not. I would bet George's entire baseball card collection on that. George, ready to bet your collection on it? See, easy bet. It is an easy bet. So honestly, I don't care. Though I'm be honest with you, I don't care. I mean, ooh. If you're gonna let them use, let them use. It's on them, right? And I think it's unfair the way they treat the guys in the 80s because like 85% of the guys in the 80s were using steroids. So if you weren't, you were at a serious disadvantage and nobody cared. Everyone looked the other way. So if you didn't use, you were kind of the odd man out and your career was probably not going to go very far. Right? So, you know, just acknowledge it and move on. Put the guys in the Hall of Fame who should be in. And then let it go. Then when you started having your new standard, then okay, these guys after this new standard started can't be in. I don't know when it was, but it probably involves Alex Rodriguez. But it should not involve Bonds and Clemens and McGuire and Sammy Sosa, heck, even Palmeiro. Hit 500 home runs, not in the Hall of Fame. Though he did lie. That's different. McGuire at least said, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about that. Yeah, they didn't care back then. Nice Cal Quantrill. That's out of 76. And all those numbers that those guys had, yeah. Again, I don't have a problem with the fact that they used amphetamines, but you know, you act like that didn't affect anything, and it affected a lot. Get yourself a little hopped up, and you could hit a couple home runs a game. You could leg out those singles. You can get an extra couple miles an hour on that fastball. Pitch a little bit deeper. That's how I think a lot of the pitchers in the 60s were able to do it. A, you weren't getting paid, so you had to. But B, take a little something to help you get through. It is widely known, and there are lots of stories out there about Tim Raines and having his crack pipes in his back pocket, and that's why he slid head first, because he didn't want to break his crack pipe. Tim Raines is in the Hall of Fame. And if you don't believe me, look it up. Tim Raines is in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, nobody cared. Nobody cared, and everyone knew. That's the thing about it for me, is nobody cared. You all knew, and now all of a sudden you're like, oh my Lord, I cannot believe these guys were doing this stuff right under our noses. We can't put them in the Hall of Fame. But David Ortiz, let's put him in the Hall of Fame. Right? Yeah, there you go. You're talking 4 of the greatest ever to play the game. 4 of the greatest ever to play the game. Right? I don't think Mantle could have played without them. It didn't help with the pain, but it made it a little easier. You know what I'm saying? May stayed relatively healthy. Hank Aaron's career, I'm sorry when I say this, Braves fan. Hank Aaron's career is a lesson in right place, right time, and not getting hurt. He never had to leave for the military. He played a career without injuries. Yeah, for sure with his hangovers, George. But we won't go down that road. I don't think Hank Aaron, though, was as great as everyone makes him out to be. That's just me. Because if you ask 100 real baseball fans who are not Braves homers whether they would have Mays or Hank Aaron, 98 of them out of 100 would say Willie Mays. And the 2 who didn't pick Mays thought you were saying Willie Mays Hayes from the movie. So gold. I don't know. We're gonna get the 3 autos, guys. I blame Garrick because it's easy to. Since we're just going to go all over the place with this conversation, give Mays the years back he was in the military. Let's look at his numbers. He would have more home runs than Hank Aaron. More everything than Hank Aaron. And he would be taller than Hank Aaron, too, just because. Give Ted Williams back his years in the military. Where would he be at? Oof. So, there you go. This is a fun night. I like having those. That's because the Giants are dumb. Should never let Willie Mays go. Why you let a guy go like that at the end of his career? You know he's already one of the greatest players ever to play the game. Why you do that? Just keep him. Stop being dumb. You know? Dodgers try to do that with Last Box Mojo with Jackie, right? They tried to trade him they were going to trade him to the Giants. Jackie had the dignity to say, yeah, no. I'll just retire a Dodger and be done. But they shouldn't have done that to him. Full bleed again. Yeah, that's true. He did not finish as a Yankee. But I think part of those were lies that were told to him to try to get him to come to certain teams under the ruse of him being the manager. When they never intended to do that. He got played a lot. They never, as great as he was never taken seriously. Kind of did it to himself. But I think he would have been a great manager. His understanding of the game, yeah, he'd have been a great manager. And he's a draw. You'd put butts in. That's why I like Albert as a manager. I think Albert Pujols will be a great manager. He's a smart guy. He understands the game. One of the best hitters ever to play. I honestly believe Albert's a top 10 hitter ever to play the game of baseball. And he would be a draw. So you'd have somebody intelligent in the clubhouse to help your players along. Rocky, ooh, there's a nice hit. Where's Jesse at? There's a good one. Some gold Sasaki. That guy gets it together. You know? That's fine too. He'd have been, I think Babe Ruth would have been a good manager. Ooh, Nick Kurtz black gold. Very nice. I am not unhappy. I mean, autos are nice and all that other stuff, and it would be fun to hit a few more. And again, if for some reason we miss one, you guys will see a picture of it in the Facebook group. Because Ned will find it and make fun of me a little bit, and then I'll take a picture of it. And I wish we would have, 4 or 5 autos would have really been nice. But a lot of volume, a lot of good things. I mean, again, if I have a team like the A's, I'm very happy because you're talking about rookie cards that go for what, about $5 a piece. Then you have all the inserts. You only have to have 1 or 2 little, different color things, and your team is paid for. Your team is paid for. The Dodgers are the same way. You only need a few little things, and I think that gold Otani, even though it's not his base card, goes a long way to paying for that kind of stuff. People are still buying. That's the one guy that people consistently ask for in the shop is Otani. We cannot keep Otanis in the shop. Justin Turner. One, two, three, four, five. Pete Crow, Dalton Rushing, Marcelo. Is it Marcello or Marcelo? Shohei and Christian Campbell on the top. Maybe. Aren't any good Giants autos in this product? I would love to think that there are, but there aren't. Sammy Sosa. Ribalta. It's a big sack. Jazz Chisholm. And then you got these peripheral guys that are worth, $1, but still now. But where are they at in the future? So I like these kind of breaks. You got a lot of chance to get there. I hope Acuna can make it back all the way. He's good for the game. Rooker and Lawrence Butler. There's Nick Kurtz again. How about one more? Shang. Let him eat. Okay. Chapman. Chris Sale. Spencer Thorkey. Cam Smith, any good? Anyone know? Felt like he was supposed to be decent. Pete Crow Armstrong. Steve Kwan. Sasaki. Is he highly touted? Touted. Can't say words anymore. Gold. Cuero. Bop these guys all over the place. Nice. Juwan Soto. Baker. Everybody loved. Ooh, Jacob Wilson. That's what I'm talking about. It. Paul Goldschmidt in St. Louis until they got traded to the Yankees, and all of a sudden everybody's like, "Ah, that guy, he sucked the whole time. I couldn't stand that guy." Evan Sisk. Cardinal fans. I don't know why they picked him up in the first place. Hopefully Meyer can stay healthy. That would be good for the Red Sox. Eli White. Jacob Wilson. He hit that age 36 season. He's right about there, right? 36? He might not be 36 yet. Shohei, Tyler SodaStream. We didn't hit a Sasaki. Oh, is that gold? Wow, look at that pretty thing. Two out of 50. Caleb Freeman. I don't know him. Back just in time for the recap. This guy. Ken Griffney. Vernon. Ken Griffney. All right, one more stack. Come on, let's get lucky. Land. Aaron Judge. Black. Gold. Loudest. Okay. Ever heard of that guy Loudest? Anybody ever heard of Loudest? Hey, look at that. And that's Skeen's, what's that one called? It's not rainbow foil. Blue foil or something. I don't know. Anyway, whatever it is. Paul Skenis. Skeenis. Anyone, anything. Morneau. He's part of the reason why Sahala pretty good. Not saying he's not a Hall of Famer, but he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer. All right, let's take a look. Black gold, Aaron Judge out of 50. Caleb Freeman, gold Cuero. Nick Kurtz, black gold. Rocky, gold. Christian Campbell, black gold. Full bleed of Dylan Carlson. Brady Singer, gold. Cam Smith, black gold. Cal Quantrill is out of 76. Duo embodies young core is out of 10. 3 out of 10. Livatore is out of 250. Cruz is out of 50. What are those skeletons? Matt Shaw, relic. Paul Skeens, black gold. Dalton Rushing, pink, black, gold. Jackson, gold. Matt Olson, relic. Herrera's out of 99. Dylan Cruz, black gold. Livatore out of 2025. Matt Shaw, black gold. Callahan out of 99. Jacob Wilson, black gold. Ellie, black gold. Keyshaw, black gold. Mike Cable, gold. Ken Griffey Jr., black gold. Acuna, black gold. Look at our one auto. Mickey Mantle's out of 99. That's a nice one. Christian Campbell, gold. Mookie Betts, black gold. Jeffrey Springs is out of 250. Shohei, black gold. Full bleed for somebody. McDaniels. Jackson, black gold. Nick Enright, black gold. That's a really nice card. Gold. 35 out of 50. Nod and smile. That's a good one. Ronnie Simon is out of 150. Cody Clemens, gold. Munoz, gold. And look at that. Eli White. We hit a 1 of 1. This is the first day. First card. 1 of 1 of Eli White. Well, now we've run the pantheon of update, and we are done. You know what, my expectations for blasters are never really high, so I'm all right with it. You know, we get some nice things. Was it super spectacular and everybody's going away high-fiving each other through the interwebs? No, they're not. But if I have some teams, I'm certainly very happy about it. So there you go. We're going to, I'll get together and we'll start listing Alan Gitzer tomorrow. I got to work on pricing, so don't expect that before the normal 6 o'clock, but we will start listing that tomorrow. Thank you guys. I appreciate you a lot. Again, if you're new to this, these will be ready if you're local to pick up on next Tuesday. Okay, we ship on Sunday, and then we're closed Monday, and then they're ready to pick up Tuesday. So it sometimes takes a little while to get to getting everything where they have to be. So I appreciate your guys' patience. Appreciate you a lot, but I promise you'll get all your cards every single time. Talk to you guys.